What is happening, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or even the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and always keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, look, always a pleasure to be chopping it up with you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, your friend, Arrington Gavin, coming to you, bringing some more great convos as always. On today's conversation, look, we're going to be always, we'll talk a little politics eventually. Kind of trying to decompress after everything, but we'll talk about a legend in the music and entertainment, excuse me, and even film industry, the one and only Quincy Jones. Some people just called him Quincy, some people just called him Q, and you still knew who people were talking about. Quincy Jones, music producer, writer, director, composer, multi-award winning artist, died at the age of 91, surrounded by his family in California. I'll read a little more on that later on in the show. Also, the Dallas Cowboys, they just continue to suffer this season, man. They just can never catch a break. I'll share a little more why they just can't. They just have, my mom called it buzzard luck. Like they just have the worst luck ever. So we'll talk about that. Also, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, the pay-per-view that everybody's talking about that will be happening very, very soon. Well, the fight, I wouldn't say pay-per-view, it's going to be on Netflix. So I guess you can still call it pay-per-view for those who are not Netflix subscribers. But I feel like if you're not, you are definitely living under a rock, because everybody and their grandparents have Netflix. So the legend Mike Tyson, boxing legend, is coming out of retirement, fighting YouTuber turned professional boxer Jake Paul. It hurts me to even call him a professional boxer, because me personally, I feel like you need to fight some real authentic boxers, and that guys that's been UFC fighters for throughout their whole career and maybe had one stint, like a fight in professional boxing. So yeah, that Jake Paul, a man who's also decades his youth. Okay. And then if I have some time, I'll talk about the beef happening on Broadway amongst two famous Broadway stars. And then if I have time left, I will also talk about Elon Musk taking a shot at Miss Jennifer Lopez. So much to impact here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me and to tune into the program. Look, we are an independent, unbiased platform that drops new episodes weeknights. Okay, weeknights, wherever you listen to your podcast, as well as on the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. And you can also listen to us Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That's right, my friends. You can also listen on WDJY fm.com. So multiple ways you can tune into the program. And we're just here just to keep you given that good, sharp insights, of course, bold opinions, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Let's get it going by thanking some of our proud sponsors. As you know, we couldn't do it without them. They keep the lights running. Our friends over at Rugged Evolution Beard Care, an all natural men's grooming line that offers 17 scented beard oils, beard balms, conditioning shampoos, you name it, they have it. Look, I'm a beard sporter myself. I've always had a beard, but never having the proper knowledge when it comes to beard maintenance, right? And having a great product to keep the routine, going on, just like brushing your teeth, just like waking up, showering, all that good stuff. You have to incorporate a beard care treatment, whether you have a mustache, goatee, beard. I'm telling you, you name it, they have everything you need to help enhance and make sure your facial hair care is on point, as well as the skin underneath the hair, because they have skin care products as well as facial hair care products. Look, check them out. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Their website is ruggedevo.com. That's www.ruggedevo.com. We want to thank them for always being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. Couldn't do without them. So look, my friends, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be.
Hello there, my friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, let's get it started with our fun fact of the day. And then actually, we're going to bring back another great segment we have. It's been a while since I've done it, but Arrington's movie review. And so let's get it first started with our fun fact of the day. And this fun fact comes all the way from Antarctica. And it says here, did you guys know that the ice in Antarctica is made up of almost 3% of penguin urine? Yeah. It is made up of almost 3% of penguin urine. Like that little sound. No. Okay. So, I'm working on trying to have some sound effects here, guys. Work with me. I'm not going to do that one again. So it says here that, okay, so here's I looked this one up because I always like to look at these fun facts to see if they're actually factual. So it says here that the claim that penguin urine makes up 3% of the Antarctic ice is false, right? Okay, it says penguins are birds. Birds are unable to urine like mammals. Instead, birds excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of uric acid, a semi-solid white paste. All right. So now, for those who say, okay, uric acid, explain. It says the uric acid, penguins excrete uric acid. Can't get my words out. Penguins excrete uric acid, a concentrated waste that's poor in water. So the waste still gets in the water form, which can still cause ice. I'm going with the fun fact that was not really fun, but I believe that's a fact. Okay, moving on, people. Move it on. Let's go ahead and move it on to our movie review because I was really this was something that I was a film that I was excited to see, very interested. The movie was called Trap. It is an psychological thriller film written and directed and produced by M. Night Shyamalan, starring Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, Seleka Night Shyamalan, as well as Haley Mills and Allison Pill. Now, this film, it follows a serial killer invading a police blockade while attending a concert with his daughter. The film was shot out in Toronto, blase, blase, blase. Look, when I saw this film, when I saw the previews for it, I'm like, okay, this is dope. So it kind of, think of the theme of a Taylor Swift concert, someone that's on the status of her selling out huge arenas. The whole This performer works with the FBI because the FBI has been trying to track this serial killer for months, right? Probably even longer than that. And they realize they've come across a receipt that, okay, the serial killer is going to be attending this concert with his daughter. And so he's acting all weird. The sad thing is, the kid is blinded by, the love for a parent, as all children are, not really knowing exactly what goes on in their parents' lives. And he just realized that, okay, it's a lot of law enforcement. I mean, FBI, it's police officers galore everywhere, right? And I know this is a big pop star, but it's like it's law enforcement everywhere. So moving on in the movie, he ends up finding out, which it was pretty dumb how, because there was an employee that thought he can trust the guy and said, this, I really shouldn't be telling you this, but I'm gonna just tell you that this concert is one big trap. Hell, I even give you the code, give the killer the code, the inside code name that everybody's used. Like, it's just very, very, very interesting, and just obviously a lot of careless moments that people, you have to realize, be like, okay, well, this is a movie, right? They're not going to really just think so commonly like the typical consumer watching it. But it was interesting. So far, and I'm reading some of the stats, it has received mixed reviews from critics and grossed 82.7 million worldwide on a 30 million production budget. Not the best, but also not poorly either. Now, the director M. Night Shyamalan, he's known for doing supernatural plots and twist endings, which, one thing, I actually like that, because it keeps you thinking. You think you understand the film. You think you have the ending already pre-planned out in the beginning, but then so many twists and turns and this, and that, my friends, is what I am looking for when I go to the movies, when I watch a TV show. Don't get me already assuming what's going to happen, right? That's the worst thing, in my opinion, that goes on TV and in film, is when the directors, the writers get lazy, continue to stretch out a same old plot, or or synopsis that everybody already figures out in like the first 20 minutes of an damn near 3-hour film, and the end. Like, it's a waste of money. It to me, it's sometimes uh uh the reason why movie theaters suffer, right? Because people are like, I can, if I don't like this film, I don't have to finish it. I can just come right out of it, find something else. If I like it, then hey, boom, I enjoyed it. I caught it stream. That's, streaming services is everywhere, man. Streaming service is the way to go. You have, I mean, I'm not gonna name all of them, but obviously you have your Netflix, your Amazon Prime, your Hulu, your Max, Peacock, Paramount, right? It's cool seeing something, from your own couch. You don't have to sit amongst anybody else. You don't have to hear background noises of people either talking or laughing and this and that. Like, it's just, you're in your own zone. But to me, like, my wife and I, we love the movie theater culture, right? We love, saying 2 tickets for this, please, getting our popcorn, getting our snacks. We love that enjoyment. We love that culture. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I don't like, is the fact that these previews now are damn near 30 minutes long, and you still got another 3-hour movie to go. Like, I'm like, okay. And then that's another thing. Movies are too long. Keep it under an hour and 30, man. Keep it under an hour and 30. You lose me when we start getting to that 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It's too much. It is too much. But M. Night Shyamalan, he has a huge resume. I'm looking at his films have grossed, well, excuse me, it has exceeded 3.3 billion globally. He has received various awards, including nominations of 2 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTAs, BAFTAs, BAFTA award, as well as a Golden Globe award. So a very accomplished guy. Not, no rookie at this. I'm trying to see some of his films he's released. Let's see here. Unbreakable, Signs, The Village, The Happening, Last Airbender, After Earth, The Visit, Split. Okay, which Split was actually my wife and I's date night movie we saw. She really didn't like it, but hey, it was a scary movie, and I had, when you go on a date, fellas, you want to, if you go taking them to the movies, please, 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 you want to take a lady out on a scary movie. Why? Because that's another way for them to get a little close to you. You know what I mean, brother? You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Every guy in America, that's like the easiest kind of trick in the book when it comes on dating. Is like, okay, what can we do to, just cozy on up? What can I do to help get more, you know, more chemistry, right? More like engagement. Um, Lady in the Water, The Happening, what did I say? Glass, Old, Knock at the Cabin, Trap, and then Trap. So again, he has a great resume. Me personally, I always do this whole scale on 1 to 10 kind of thing. Scale on 1 to 10, I would say a good 7. The reason why I would say 7 is because, again, it was a unique plot. It was something that we've not seen in any films ever on the big screen, small screens, any screens, right? Again, I don't want to see something that I'm already aware of what's going to happen. There were so many plot twists all the way to the tail end. You hear me? All the way to the tail end. Um, the acting had some cheesy moments. The acting did have some cheesy moments. But I did like seeing Kid Cudi was in this film. And I think he was almost kind of like a guess that, no one knew what it was going to be. And he played a role that he's never played in a film before. And I'm like, wow, Kid Cudi really has a career in TV and film, because he did a great job. He really did a great job just in the small scenes, because I think he had maybe like 2 or 3 different scenes. He did a hell of a job. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Now my wife would probably give you, much lower score than what I'm giving. But again, I like seeing films that can really keep me on my toes, thinking hard, and plot twists. I like that. But anyways, that is our movie review, which, like I said, my friends, we haven't done that in quite some time, but I'm glad we did get to share with you all today. Okay, let's move it on, guys, to our next story about this is a sad one. This one hurt right here. Uh the legend, Mr. Quincy Jones. Before I bring up this graphic of him, and I have a soundbite to also play of Mr. Jones as well. An American record producer, songwriter, composer, arranger, and film and television producer over the course of his 7-decade career. You hear me? 7-decade career. He received many accolades, including 28 Grammy Awards. Goodness gracious. 28 Grammy Awards, y'all. A Primetime Emmy and a Tony Award, as well as nominations for 7 Academy Awards and 4 Golden Globe Awards. A Chicago-born native. His music career was involved in the genres of rhythm and blues, soul, funk, big band, swing, bossa nova, jazz, hip hop, rock and roll, and disco. The man played the trumpet, keyboards. I mean, the list goes on and on. Came to prominence in the 1950s as a jazz arranger and a conductor before producing pop hit records for Leslie Gore in the early 1960s, including It's My Party. It's My Party. Let me pull up this graphic while I was. Give me 1 second, my friends. There we go. And serving as an arranger and a conductor for several collaborations between Frank Sinatra and the jazz artist Count Basie. Jones produced 3 of the most successful albums by pop star Michael Jackson: Off the Wall, which was in 1979, Thriller, which was in 82, and then also Bad, which was in 1987. Again, albums that really made Michael Jackson who he really was. In 1985, Jones produced and conducted the charity song We Are the World. Remember that song? We are the world, we are the children, which raised funds for victims of famine in Ethiopia. He also composed numerous film scores, including The Pawnbroker in 1965, In the Heat of the Night in 1967, In Cold Blood in 1967, The Italian Job in 69, The Wiz, which was in 78, The Color Purple in 85. He won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Music Composition for a series, for the miniseries Roots, which was in 1977. He received a Tony for Best Revival of a Musical as a producer for the revival of The Color Purple in 2016. Now, throughout his career, he was the recipient of numerous honorary awards, including the Grammy Legend Award in 1992, the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award in 1995, the Kennedy Center Honors in 2001, the National Medal of Arts in 2011, the Ordre de Arte et de Lettres. I don't know if this is French. I hope that was pretty well pronounced. He received that in 2014, and the Academy Honorary Award in 2024. He was named one of the most influential jazz musicians of the 20th century by the time. Look, this gentleman, and you see there's pictures. Here's some pictures I have here for those who are watching. I mean, the man was truly a icon, has a huge part in our pop culture. For those who are not aware on who this man is, please do me a favor. If you have Netflix or get one, you have to check out his documentary called Quincy. I think it was either called Q or just Quincy. I want to say it was Quincy, but just type in Quincy Jones. The documentary was so good. It really, for one, it motivated me as a business owner, right? As an entrepreneur, as a person that I consider myself a Renaissance man. I want to do a lot of things, right? This gentleman right here was still traveling around the world working. I'm talking in his literally until he passed. He passed at 91. This man was still traveling in his 80s, very successful, conducting music, working with new artists. I mean, it was truly amazing. He has an amazing family. His daughter, Rashida Jones, she is a famous actress. You probably known her for The Office, Parks and Recreation. Again, very successful individual. Quincy, man, again, he was just somebody that everybody wanted to be friends with. Literally, like everybody's like, "Oh, that's Quincy Jones." Like he just seemed like he was everybody's friend, and just his terminology. Hey, how you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? He called everybody baby. Like he just seemed like a guy you just want to embrace and just give a big hug to. Here is a soundbite of just a little bit of a conversation he was having with the reporter, and just talking about musicians and like how the wide how the music influences people not just in the United States but also around the world.
So jazz doesn't need saving?
Saving? What are you kidding? Get out of here, man. You should hear the kids in Korea, in Russia, in Germany, in Stockholm, and Hungary. You got to be kidding. They know more about our music than we do. That's Americans' classical music. It's blues and jazz. And it's all over the world, baby.
So jazz doesn't need saving?
Say
All over the world, baby. I mean, just that thing is just he was the coolest dude, and the man liked to party too. I give you that much. He didn't care how old he was. He was partying, he was dancing, having a great time. Loved his family. Um, there's a scene actually in the movie Ray that was played by Jamie Foxx when he played the iconic musician and artist Ray Charles. Ray Charles and Quincy Jones, again, in the earlier years, they encountered each other. They were good friends. Quincy was a huge proponent and advocate of, just the going to where you receive the most support. And at the time, especially during the era when he was continue to grow his career, overseas. Overseas was the avenue of was the where you receive the most success at, right? The most recognition. You got paid well overseas. Paris, like he said, Hungary, Stockholm. I mean, he named so many countries I never even could imagine ever attending, which I do have my bucket list of countries I want to attend. But it's just he was like, Ray, come on overseas, man. You gonna make a name for me. And really, no, I'm gonna, make a name for myself here. But I mean, hey, that man wasn't just I'm talking about Quincy Jones. He wasn't just a star and a legend in the music world here in the United States. He was all across the world. So again, keeping the family in our thoughts and prayers. We've lost a true giant in the music and entertainment world. Quincy Jones always sported a smile, always rocked. I mean, just a cool dude. And yes, the thoughts and prayers go out to his family, because I know this is not an easy process that they're dealing with. My friends, look, don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back with more. So, hey, don't go anywhere.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
My friends, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Man, so I got to talk about it. Happening November 15th, the fight that everybody is talking about. I mean, I was actually in the barbershop and the guys were making bets on this fight, which I'm like, I don't know why. I wouldn't make any bets on this. I feel like it's going to be just a scripted, stupid exhibition bout. I mean, I'm talking about the fight between Mike Tyson, boxing Hall of Famer, legend Mike Tyson, and Jake Paul. So Jake Paul has been on I mean, I guess you can call it a winning streak in his boxing career. He's fought every slump boxer, in my opinion. I'm saying, and I say that not in disrespect to them, but I'm saying is because these are cats that, for one, are, I'll just say, they're full-time MMA fighters that haven't had a fight. I'm gonna just say in some years. Not and to add more to that, they haven't had a boxing style fight in a long time. He fought Anderson the Spider Silva. He's fought his first fight was against Nate Robinson, okay, who's not a fighter at all. He was a professional basketball player. Who else has he's fought? He's fought his brother fought Mayweather. Hold on, let me see. Jake Paul. Let's see here. Let's see his professional bout. So yeah, he's 10-1 in his boxing career. His stats. Who did he fight? That's what I'm trying to. Okay. He won against Mike Perry. I think that was his most recent. Okay, so that was his most recent one. Ryan Berlin, under Nate Diaz. Apparently he beat him, which was, again, Nate Diaz is not a boxer. Tommy Fury is the one that he lost by. Anderson Silva at the time, who was, I mean, he's 49 now. This guy's like still in his 20s. Tyron Woodley, I think he fought him twice. Who, again, mixed martial artist. Ben Askren, who looked like he came up there, did it. He let me tell you something. This guy, Ben Askren, came up there when he fought Jake Paul. Like, he was like, I'm not gonna train for this. I'm just gonna come get my check and make a fool of myself, because he was out of shape. He was just rusty. He did not care. He did not care. A lot of these guys, again, not care. He gets guys that look like they might be hurting for a check, and it's like, hey, look, I can make a deal with you, and we're gonna make millions off of this fight because of the promotion for this, the countdowns, the press releases and press conference and all that other stuff. Like, it's stupid. Anyway, Jake, how old is Jake? Jake is 27 years old. He's younger than me. And he's fighting Mike Tyson, by the way. Mike Tyson, who is damn near 60. Let me see here. Mike is... Well, it says here he's 30 years his junior, so you guys do the math on that one. But this battle is happening November 15th. Starting, they're going to be doing like countdowns, about 3 episode countdowns on Netflix, heading into that fight. Now, the question is this authentic, or is this just for publicity? Now, I 100% agree that it's just for publicity. A lot of people are saying, Mike, you shouldn't do this. You haven't fought in years. You're also almost 60 years old. This guy's 27 years old. He's strong. He's athletic. Like, you should be careful. I don't know if y'all seen Mike Tyson lately. Mike look like he can still fight. He might not have the stamina, but Mike has put on a lot of muscle weight. He's cut up. He's been on his herb kick and all that stuff. Like, his empire is growing. Mike is living pretty solid. Now, again, he is a bit older. Now, the fight was rescheduled because it was supposed to happen, I want to say, like 2 to 3 months ago. And then Mike Tyson fell ill, and they have postponed it. And now it's happening here in very soon, here in November. But the thing is, Mike Tyson looked a lot slimmer before, and now he is stacked. When I tell you this man is yoked, he is yoked. Says here that Tyson's legend and vast experience have him as a modest underdog. What Paul lacks is longevity. Says here commitment and qualified team behind him. The bout was originally scheduled. It was scheduled in July 20th. But again, I told you Tyson felt ill. He suffered a medical issue related to an ulcer that forced a postponement. Now, the fight will also be an officially sanctioned bout by the Texas Commission. The fight will be 8 2-minute rounds with slightly larger gloves than normal. Paul's 9-1 with 6 KOs, is all in on boxing. The YouTuber started boxing other social media stars before graduating to UFC fighters and champions, testing the sweet science. Paul recently took a detour about beating older, smaller MMA fighters like Anderson Silva and Nate Diaz and went the more traditional development route. Paul notched consecutive knockout wins over the club level boxers in the lead up to Tyson's announcement. Now, Tyson, his record is 50 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws with 44 KOs. Iron Mike Tyson. The man's fists are made of steel. You hear me? Has not boxed publicly since his 2020 exhibition fight against fellow legend Roy Jones Jr., which was, again, that ended up in a draw. It was 2 old guys fighting each other. Tyson looked in much better shape than Roy Jones. Again, Roy Jones Jr., he's like, hey, I'm old. My hands can still swing, but I'm enjoying life. And it showed. It showed. Says here that it's often said power is the last thing to go, and Iron Mike will need it against an opponent 30 years his junior. The former undisputed world heavyweight champion, world heavyweight boxing champion, is an all-time great with wins over Larry Holmes and Michael Spinks. Now, the undercard will feature a fantastic rematch when Katie Taylor puts her undisputed super lightweight titles on the line against Amanda Serrano. The 2 women were the first to headline as an event at Madison Square Garden in April 2022, where Taylor earned a split decision to retain her undisputed titles. Now, the 2 will meet up a weight class after Taylor beat Chantella Cameron by majority decision in November to claim the titles. So it says here below that let's see. So you got multiple bouts happening. Here's all the fights that will be occurring. Well, I won't say that because there are some names that are a bit hard to mispronounce. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about 8. There's about 6 fights prior to the grand headline fight, which will be Tyson and Paul. This will be held at the Cowboys Stadium. I think it's AT&T Stadium. And we will, history will be met. History will be met. It's it's make or break, I think it's more to lose for Tyson than it is for Jake Paul. If Jake Paul loses, dude, you lost against a Hall of Famer. Okay, I don't think people are going to be really picking on you saying, dude, you're 27, you let this 50-something-year-old man beat you. Like, come on, get it. Like, no one's going to care. It's Iron Mike Tyson. People will be like, oh, I wasn't shocked at all. Now, if he beats if he even knocks Tyson on the ground, do you know how big-headed this guy's going to get? He can care. Tyson can be 80. He gonna be like, I knocked out Mike Tyson. I told you what I was gonna do. I knocked him out. Like, it's all a game. It's all like literally like, I feel like it's like a, what do you call it? Like a sketch comedy set. Really, I feel like this is all just. It reminds me of the scene in the sitcom show Martin when he fought Thomas Hearns, Hitman Hearns. Yeah, and it was funny. It was funny, but I'm not buying it. But I kid you not, there were guys at the barbershop that I attend that was making little wages, man. They were making some $100 wages, and I'm just like, no. My question I want to ask you all: do you think somebody will get knocked out? Do you think there will be a knockout, or do you think this will end in a draw? Those are the only two. I'm not even gonna say, in a split decision. No, do you think it's gonna end as a draw, or do you think somebody's gonna get knocked out? And if so, who? Do me a favor. You can DM me your answer on our Instagram page at the Arrington Gavin Show, or you can leave a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble. And I truly appreciate that, my friends. How are we looking with time? Looking good with time. Let me go ahead and move it on to our next story. Excuse me. I tell you, man, this weather change has my throat with a slight tickle. We're going to stay in the sports. We're going to stay in Texas because, man, let me tell you something about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys cannot catch a break at all. They really can't, man. I don't know about you, but recently now, I'm not going to play. I'm going to show the clip on here, but I'm not going to play the audio because it was some words that was I'll just play the clip for you. Actually, I think I think it's not. I think they're cutting out the term, but let me go ahead and check right here. So recently, Dallas Cowboys just lost their game against, I want to say it was the Saints? I think it was. No, I'm sorry, it was the Falcons. It was the Falcons. Recently they lost their game 27-21. They've had a lot of back and forth games this season, and poor guy for McCarthy, because McCarthy really was having a good season. I mean, he had, I think, like 12 wins in the season prior, and it's they can't catch a break. They really can't catch a break. But for those who are watching this right now, watch Dak Prescott's mouth as he shares his thoughts on how this game is being played. Let me play this for you.
Lamb has a shoulder and is questionable.
I mean, that Giants game earlier this year, right? They got the win, but they lost DeMarcus Lawrence and
Lamb has a shoulder and
so the man said we, effing suck. I mean, clear as day. And see, old man Withers, Jerry Jones, he is not happy at all. Now Dak, I think, suffered a minor injury, like a hamstring injury. Dak is also signed a record deal this beginning of the season, making probably the highest paid player in the league. Some say that's too much money. Some say, well, hey, look, stat wise, he deserves that money. He's dedicated a lot to the Cowboys. One player cannot turn around a whole organization or a whole team to the promised land. Now it can add great momentum, because I think that's what Tom Brady did when he first signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because he was on the team, everybody wanted to play for the Buccaneers. They didn't care how much money they were going to make. They just knew, for one, they're playing with the Hall of Famer. Most likely, everything that Tom Brady touches turns to gold. And so a lot of people made that move. People are not doing that to Dallas Cowboys. People play for the Dallas Cowboys just because of the because of the accommodations, right? I mean, it's America's team. You treat like a celebrity when you're in one of the, Dallas, Texas, great city, great state, right? Great weather. The stadium is phenomenal, and it's so much rich history. But the issue is you have ownership that really continues to put his nose in a lot of the stuff. He arrives on the practice squad in the helicopter during a practice, right? He's always commenting on this. He's threatening people's jobs if you kind of question him on like certain calls. Like, I mean, it's just he needs to go. He needs to go. It says here, Cowboys trade. This is reported by Yahoo Sports, by the way. It says here, Cowboys trade interest was already risky with Dak Prescott's injury. Their argument is even weaker. Now, it says for the past 3 years, the Dallas Cowboys fell short of expectations. They'd powered through the regular season and then exit early in the playoffs. Pretty common. Unable to hold their own against the most talented and well-coached teams. Now, all of a sudden, the 12-5 record Dallas Cowboys mounted each year from 2021 and 2023 looks a lot different. Because of November begins, the Cowboys already have those 5 losses. And probably and more. I could be mistaken. And this time they're joined with just a few wins. Now, personally, I think it would be unfair to fire Mike McCarthy, but the way how the NFL works, the way how sports and it is a business, he's leading the way. So most likely he might get fired if they keep on getting losses like this. Because let's not forget when Dallas lost against Detroit like 41-7. 41-7, y'all. That's high school numbers. That's college, but that's Pop Warner numbers. You hear me? Like, he could have lost his job then, but here's the thing. Mike McCarthy is a Super Bowl. He's a champion. He came there a champion. He took the Green Bay Packers to a championship. He has a great record as a head coach. They have great pieces in Dallas. They just can't catch a break. They got the worst luck, man. They have the worst luck. Hey, I already know I probably have a lot of Cowboys fans out there. What's your take? What do y'all think? How are your Cowboys going to end up the season? Are y'all going to make it far in the playoffs? Are you even going to make the playoffs? What is happening? And do you think it's just a dark cloud hovering over y'all after this huge contract that Dak signed? Because that's one thing. I feel like there is some a little conspiracy or just bad luck in general when a new player starts the season with a record-breaking contract. I do think that's very accurate. Just like when people say, "Hey, if you're on the cover of Madden of the new Madden video game, ooh, be careful because your season might end up with an injury." And what happens? You got McCaffrey, you got there's multiple players has happened too. So you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. I'm looking what time. Let's go ahead and move it on to. Let me go ahead and move it on to a little bit of the politics, right? Let me move it on here, and then I think I might have time to speak. I think I'm doing good with time. Okay, so Elon Musk, the guy that's almost about to be a trillionaire, first ever trillionaire, Elon Musk, Tesla, X, all that other stuff. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and they were taking shots at other celebrities. A celebrity by the name of Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo. Sometimes they call her. Actress, entertainer, that girl. And let me actually play the soundbite, and then I'll meet you on the other side.
That are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes, it's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Did you see the Diddy party list that are supporting?
So here's my frustration. Here's my frustration with this. First of all, I actually like Rogan. I'm a fan of the show. I said it many times here in this program. That guy has changed and paved the way for podcasters like myself, like so many other individuals. He's changed the game. He really has. My disagreements that I have with him, obviously, he openly endorsed former president. He openly endorsed Donald Trump, and just the people that he brings on his show, I always think is very questionable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm for having open dialogue, and all people are welcome, regardless of your backgrounds, political beliefs, all that stuff. But a lot of the people that he brings on, they to me they give off little code words of like hate to individuals in specific groups, in my opinion. um Elon on the hand is a interesting person because here's the thing. They both are kissing the ring of Trump, right? They're talking about why didn't, and I'm talking about Elon, why didn't J-Lo warn people about Diddy during those deep parties, huh? What about that, huh? What about that? I'm sorry. You got Epstein list of names that are probably gonna be coming out very soon. And one person they keep on finding so many images and so many clips and saying, the relationship that they had was your friend, your guy's friend. So why not talk about that? That's what I can't stand. Like, don't start blatantly call people out because of their opinion, or anything like that. Like, just to me, that is childlike, where they just attack someone. Right? I could honestly, I could care less. Well, I guess I'm kind of taking back my own words, but I'm big on agreeing to disagree, right? I do. Now, I've said it many a times. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, Trump as an individual, for me, I can't get with it. And for a person like Joe Rogan, who I've admired, who's always been the fair person, it blows my mind that he that he endorsed this guy. But you know what? The more I think about it, it didn't surprise me, because Joe Rogan is a business owner in a very red state. He is a conspiracy theorist. He is employed by one of Trump's biggest supporters in Dana White, because Joe Rogan is an announcer on UFC. A lot of his, Rogan is best friends with a lot of those controversial comedians that are part of the Trump train. You know what I mean? So it really didn't surprise me. Elon's just gonna be Elon. The man's name is Elon. Like, he's gonna be in his own weird corner, always attacking other people. It's very annoying, because he's supposed to be, I'm an advocate for free speech. Okay, but you do realize words matter, right? You do realize words matter. So I think that was a bit harsh, and I think it's gonna eventually bite them on the foot in the long run, because again, the more you attack somebody else, I believe in karma. I'll just be honest. I believe in karma. Now, Rogan, hey, his money guaranteed. Elon, his money's guaranteed. That man's almost about to be a trillionaire. I just think they continue to make a fool of themselves. But that's just me. I hate when Rogan is a businessman. He sees what works. He sees the kind of style of podcasting that is starting to benefit now. And he's like, okay, in the podcast world, I will say that, and this is just stuff that I've been documenting, and I've noticed, conservative podcasters are starting to be the top successful programs. Your Kansas Owens, your the Full Send, right? They're a bunch of young guys that might not have a lot of knowledge when it comes to politics, but they still give off like a different side for the youth when it comes to conservative voices. Tucker Carlson, right? I literally have the last name is Crowder. Dan Bongino. Megyn Kelly. Okay. These are people that have really grown, and there's younger. Tommy Lahren. I can keep on going on and on with conservative voices, but when it comes to podcasters that speak on pop culture, politics, things like that, most of the time it's conservatives that are the number one shows. When they had the numbers, when they showed the ratings on Rogan's podcast when he interviewed Trump, and then compare it to Shannon Sharp's interview with Kamala Harris, the numbers were totally different. Rogan had like literally 24 million viewers in the first 24 hours, or 21 million views in the first 24 hours. Kamala Harris and Shannon Sharp had like not even 600,000 in the first 24 hours. So again, you start to see the comparison. Me personally, I wish Rogan would kind of listen to it, watch a lot of his shows, and see how, like, it was a point where he was trying to push back to JD Vance on some of the issues, but I think it was abortion issues that they were talking about. But it's just Oh, Russell Brand. I mean, come on. I every time I talk, a name pops up. But yeah, I think that was quite childish of them to bring her name into that whole situation right there. Yes, J-Lo did have a past relationship with Diddy years and years ago, and as we all know, Sean Diddy Combs career wise is depleting in front of our very eyes with this court cases, and more victims adding to the lawsuit. I mean, it is not looking good at all. But to bring people's names up and say, oh, where were you, and were you like making them almost like a suspect, to me that's dumb, man. That's really a poor choice of words. And I think that's why no one cares for Elon Musk anymore. No one's into those ugly ass Tesla cars, even the Cybertrucks. They're ugly. They're hideous. I'm sorry. They're the most ugliest things I've ever seen. I see a bunch of them driving the street. They're hideous. I'm not team electric cars. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to break down in the middle of the road because I ain't finished charging my. I got enough device I need to charge. My iPad, my phones, this, that, the other. Now I gotta worry about charging my car. No. I'll stick with gas, my friends. I'll do hybrid, but most of the time I'll stick with gas. My friends, we are coming to a close shortly. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play one more commercial break. When we come back, we'll have final thoughts on everything, and then I will close it on out. So don't go anywhere. Let's do another commercial break. We'll come back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends. Well, look, it's about that time. I thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule just to join me for another great conversation here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, we are continuing to grow each and every step of the way. Do me a favor, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media, the letter R, and then Smooth Club Media on YouTube, as well as following us on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. I truly appreciate that. And be sure to tune into our radio program Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM. Straight Talk. See you next time.